All right, we're back. In the last video, I showed you how to make a spreadsheet, how to enter the data in all the cells. And today, I'm going to show you how to change colors, change widths of things, and make things look nice. Now, you'll notice I've got, so let's talk about colors first. You'll notice in this, I have blue here, and so I want to put blue into all of those. Now, you could put blue. I'll let you pick what color you want to use. I'm using blue, but you can use whatever color you want. And in order to do that, I need to pay attention to where are the cells that I want to change color. Well, I noticed that these cells right here are where the years are. Those are a different color. So I'm going to go back over here. And in order to do that, I'm going to need to highlight all of these cells at one time. So let's do that. I'm going to click on one, and then there's this little dot in the corner here. That little dot lets me grab it and pull it and expand it to whatever I want. So here's what I mean. I've grabbed it and I've pulled it, and now I could pull it all the way out over here, and now I've got the whole thing covered, but I don't want the whole thing covered. I only want this part right here covered. All right, now that I have this as highlighted, I've got all these cells are highlighted, I can go up here to the color button, and I can click on the color button, and I can pick whatever color I feel like picking. So maybe a light blue like that. Now, if I pick a color that's too dark, you can't actually see the text, and that becomes a problem. You can't see the words on there. So try to pick a lighter color so that you can see the words that are printed there. So now I'm going to do the others. So that was this section right here. I know I want to get this section. So again, I'm going to tap there. I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to go here. I'm going to pick the same color. And there we go. Now I also had blue across the top as well. I had blue across the top up here. So I'm going to, again, click this, pull it over. There we go. Got it. Pull it over, and again, change the color. Pretty easy. Now, let's talk about this. If within this other sheet, I have this black line running down the middle, and I do that just so you can kind of see. It's kind of decoration. You can have it there, you can not have it there. It works either way. But I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to show you how to change the width of things when you do this. So let's go back to mine. Now you'll notice I've got this empty line in between. That's where I'm going to fill that in for black. So I'm going to, again, grab this and I'm going to pull it down. Oops, I want to not go all the way that far. And now, again, click here. But now this time I am actually going to make it black so that I get a nice black bar. But notice that these lines are, these columns are all different widths. When you get them, they're all going to be the same width. So how do we change the widths? Well, in order to do that, you see these lines in between. So like in between E, there's a line right here, and then F, there's a line right here. And what I need to do is I need to grab that line. So you'll notice if I tap on F or E, not on the cell, but on the column up here, you see I can, you see I get this little arrow thingy. And if I grab that arrow thingy, I can make it wider. I can make it super wide if I want, or I can make it super narrow. But I don't want it to be super narrow because, well, I can't see everything that I want. So I want to make it just wide enough that everything fits nicely. And I did that with this D. This D was originally like this, and I said, oh, you know what? I want it to be a nice small line. So I'm going to make it a nice small line like that. So that is adding color and moving lines around. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is how we make merge things together. Because you'll notice this Minnesota's average high temperature, that covers the whole thing. And then average high temp, that covers the whole thing. So how do you do that? Well, again, it's the same kind of idea. What we're going to do is we're going to grab this, and I'm going to grab all the cells that I want to merge together. So do you see I've got Minnesota's high temperature, and I've got it all the way across the top. And then I'm going to hit this button right here. This is the merge button. This one says, you can see those two little arrows pointing in together. That's going to take all of those cells and turn it into one cell. And now you can see, look at that. Now it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1. All of those. But it still looks a little funny. I'd like to get it into the middle. So I'm going to click on the kind I want. Right now it says I want all my text to go to the left. I could make it all go to the right, but I really want it to be all in the middle. So now it's nice and centered. And I can do the same thing with my average high temperature. I can, again, highlight the two across. I can merge them, and then I can center them. There. And merge them. Oops, center them, and then merge them. Now the last thing that I want to do is I want to add boxes around all of this. So I'm going to grab up here, and I'm going to grab my whole thing. The whole thing, and I'm going to tap on this button right here, because this button gives me borders. So I want borders on all of them. So that just makes it easier to see how each one is set. And now what I have is apart from the color, they look awfully the same. Very, very close. And that is what we're looking for.